November 19th, 2022. 1 year ago, the night that 5 people's lives were taken from them in a place where they always felt safe before. Before we continue our coverage, we would like to take a moment of remembrance to honor the lives lost that night. Ashley Paugh, Daniel Aston, Derek Rump, Kelly Loving, and Raymond Vance. 6 minutes, 5 lives lost, countless others marred forever by injury, trauma, and loss. Today, 1 year later, we look back at the short-lived, long-lasting tragedy at Colorado Springs LGBTQ+ bar, Club Q. November 19th, 2022, 10:15, a night of community gathering at Club Q. Police reports show a soon-to-be mass shooter amongst the crowd before disappearing outside. 11:56, shots fired, and the first 911 call. 4 minutes later, the clock strikes midnight, and the first police cruiser is on scene. Police say by the time officers arrived, 4 people died, dozens more injured, one of whom later died at the hospital. Richard Fierro and Thomas James started the night enjoying quality time with family and friends. They ended the night as heroes. Both ran to take down the shooter, grabbed the gun, and beat the suspect until help arrived. 12:02, Monday morning, November 20th. The suspect is in custody. By 12:15, 3 radio calls asking for more squads to respond and help, the victim count growing with each call. Responders loaded victims into ambulances and took them to area hospitals. By 12:35, a message. There were no other patients who needed medical help. 5 lives cut short, 17 people shot and left to recover. 5 others were reported injured but not shot, and these numbers really do nothing to explain the dozens of other victims to trauma. Now, many of those people spent their nights coming together to support each other and share memories of their loved ones. Survivors, victims, families, and other members of the community all gathered at what was Club Q, where we are this morning. Now, it will become a permanent memorial for people to come and grieve. People brought flowers, candles, pride flags, you name it, anything that they could really bring to add to the memorial to help care for it. It was hosted by the Bread and Roses Legal Center, a nonprofit representing on civil rights issues. People there told us that even though it was a sad day, they want to celebrate the lives of the victims.
Today is a wonderful celebration, a remembrance of the horrible tragedy that was last year, but also a celebration of those 5 lives who we lost and the absolute wonderful light that they have.
And it's absolutely what they deserve. Now, this has been a difficult year for this community, and today, of course, a difficult day in its own right. It's also Transgender Day of Remembrance. 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon joins us now from the newsroom. And Courtney, resources are always available for people who may need that kind of support.
Yeah, that's right, Jordan. The Center on Colfax recently started offering free culturally inclusive mental health services for the community. Anyone looking for support can sign up for 12 free counseling sessions. Tonight, the center is also having a memorial for Transgender Day of Remembrance. They have photos and names displayed of 25 people across the country who died from violence. Many of them are Black trans women. Rex Fuller is the CEO of the Center on Colfax. He says during times of grief, anxiety, and stress, like right now, 1 year after Club Q, it's important to offer support. Fuller says last year they did community surveying and found that 75% of the local LGBTQ community was dealing with mental health struggles or depression.
When we talk about culturally inclusive mental health services, it's somebody who really has some understanding and acceptance for who someone is, and rather than try and maybe change them or something like that, they're able to provide support and counseling that is meaningful and helpful.
If you're interested in the free therapy sessions through the center, check out their website, lgbtqcolorado.org, where you can sign up under the programs tab. They also have a list of support groups and inclusive healthcare providers. And if you'd like to be physically in the community today, the center's Memorial for Transgender Day of Remembrance starts at 6 o'clock tonight.
Good information there, Courtney. Thank you so much. We know days like this can be extremely difficult, so we want you to know Colorado Crisis Services is available 24/7. You can call 1-844-493-8255 or simply text TALK to 38255. You can also access resources through the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by just dialing 988.
It's 6:07 right now, and some other top stories we're following this morning. Today, state lawmakers are back at work trying to figure out how to stop rising property taxes. It's day 4 of the special session in the state legislature. Overnight, the main bill to limit property tax increases next year went to the House floor. Republicans introduced a lot of amendments, though Democrats hold enough votes to pass whatever they want. This morning, 2 bills are already on the governor's desk, one to expand the earned income tax credit and another to fund a federal program to let homeowners defer part of their property taxes.
Right now, leaders from the U.S., Israel, and Hamas say that they're close to reaching a deal to free some hostages. Right now, Hamas is holding 236 people. They were all first taken more than a month ago on October 7th when Hamas attacked Israel. Now, the deal here, Hamas would have to release some of the hostages in exchange for a pause in fighting. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza is getting worse by the day. More than 1.6 million people are displaced. More than 13,000 have died in Gaza. Leaders in the U.S. say they're close to an agreement. President Biden says he believes the war will not entirely end until there's a 2-state solution.
Congressional leaders are hoping to come up with a supplemental package to aid war efforts in both Ukraine and Israel. They're hoping to get it done by the end of the year. That would mean striking a deal that includes funding requested by the Department of Defense. They would also have to approve an immigration package that provides resources for border security. The House has already passed an aid bill for Israel. It includes big cuts to the IRS and excludes humanitarian assistance. All this will come up in January when Congress has to agree on another plan to fund the government. They passed a short-term spending bill last week to avoid a shutdown. The first part of that runs out in mid-January. Today we know details about services honoring former First Lady Rosalind Carter.
She died on Sunday, 2 days after entering hospice care. Services will start a week from today in Carter's home state of Georgia. Next Monday, she will lie in repose at the Carter Presidential Library and Museum in Atlanta. There will be a tribute on Tuesday at the Glenn Memorial Church at Emory University. And next Wednesday, a private funeral will be held in Rosalind's hometown of Plains, Georgia. Already, family members are saying she will be greatly missed.
What I'm going to remember most about Aunt Rosalind is that beautiful Southern voice that she had, and the grace, her grace, and how somebody sent me a message that she used to light up the room when she walked in, and that's true.
Rosalind Carter was 96 years old.
And one thing you want to know about today is a sneak peek at your weekend coming up. It's almost going to be winter-like, save for the sunshine. We'll see that, but 34 degrees on your Saturday. Sunny skies continue on Sunday, but a high of just 38.